So it's been a fantastic year, and we're very delighted to host this event today, because it's all started here back in July 2014, which was the 450th anniversary of Shakespeare's birth. So we've been anniversaried out in recent years, and that was when Abe brought his colleagues here to discuss support for our newly launched project, which was then Shakespeare, which is still Shakespeare Week, but we launched it. First year was in 2014. And it's been really a great pleasure to work with libraries, because libraries like ourselves, we're all dedicated to public access for everyone. And working with you has enabled us to have a much greater reach into every community in Britain, which we couldn't do on our own. Yeah. And it's been wonderful to have such a fruitful partnership, Abe, and thank you for making it all happen, and thank you to all of you for supporting it this year. And I hope we can work together closely again in the future and continue this partnership for many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. And really, events like today don't sort of happen just sort of by themselves. And I would really like to thank the steering committee, the multi-agency steering committee that sort of put the sort of programme together, led by Society of Chief Librarians. And a particularly sort of thank you to Mag Astle, sort of sitting here in the audience, our national coordinator, who's done a huge amount of work behind the scenes making it all happen. And it's really quite nice, actually, for many of you who have said to me to actually meet the person sending out all those sort of emails there, so thank you there. But the steering group felt that they really wanted to take a little bit of time out to actually say, actually, what have we learned, what could we do sort of better, is anything that could sort of change, and where do we go sort of from here? So we hope that will be the theme of the day today. But we also wanted to celebrate and really sort of thank you all for the efforts that you've done, so we'll sort of do that. And the project wouldn't have happened without the successful partnership that we developed, SCR developed, and they've been wonderful sort of partners to sort of work with. Our main partner has been the Shakespeare Birthplace Trust, but other partners have been the Association of Children and Education sort of Librarians. And Sarah was here when she had the role there as sort of the chair of that. The Reading Agency were a partner. The Chartered Institute for Library Information Professionals, our chartered sort of body there, and you'll see a short sort of clip from a trustee from there. We were very, very fortunate in that BBC Learning also wanted to join on to our partnership. This is great. How can we actually develop the reach that Diane talked about there? And they attended every sort of meeting here. We've got sort of colleagues here from BBC sort of Learning there, and that's just been sort of brilliant. So us, rather than us having to knock on other doors, people were sort of coming to us and saying, we'd really like to do that. We had the Bookseller Association, so that's all the bookshops all around the sort of country, their association, they were involved in the project, and they were particularly keen to work with libraries, as both libraries and themselves were about encouraging sort of the reading sort of communities and sort of bringing people together. And now we've developed these partnerships to take us up further. The British Library, and I know Claire's here sort of from there, the Royal Shakespeare sort of Company, they came on quite late, but were invaluable in terms of sort of partnerships sort of there, and the libraries of Birmingham there. The sheer reach of celebrating Shakespeare 2000 was really impressive. Hundreds of libraries took part in sort of very sort of affluent, posh areas to deprived areas, and even Her Majesty's prisons took part in there, that you'll hear a bit about later. And what I really liked about the project was that we managed to engage with people from toddlers to people in their sort of 90s. It's something that, you know, very rarely that you can actually have one project that will engage such a wide range of sort of audiences in there. And we asked people to give Shakespeare a fair chance, and many thousands did just that, and you'll sort of see through some of the slides that were being put up. And SCR and its partners have never really done anything like this sort of before in terms of celebrating such Shakespeare. So it's something sort of quite new. Could we do something on one day, on a Saturday, will all libraries sort of take part, because everybody is sort of different and sort of unique. But we were really sort of surprised about actually how everybody did want to get together and sort of do that. So it was sort of quite challenging for those involved. You are tweeting, I think it's a brilliant slide to photograph and sort of tweet there. So you can sort of see that during Shakespeare Week, it's just one element of the programme. 11,000 young people in young adults got sort of involved. That's a huge amount. 572 sessions sort of across the sort of country. Now that is sort of really quite large numbers that our network can reach and sort of do that. Not just there, across so many sort of libraries, 288 libraries, 6,000 tweets just in one particular day, and they were sort of retweeted. And these are the ones that we could sort of follow through a particular sort of hashtag on that day. So obviously, you know, we could sort of, you know, probably double that. But again, that was sort of a magnificent feat there. And what I was really particularly around is sort of total number of sort of 47 different artists or art groups received 95 sort of commissions. So it is really quite significant, nearly 100 commissions this programme has had. And that's something that we really need to take back to the Arts Council. Look how many artists that we employed and we commissioned, and we managed to do that through this very, very small programme, tiny sort of grant in comparison in what we've sort of done. And really, what I was really particularly pleased about right at the end is sort of 716 individual sort of libraries sort of took part of the summer and autumn by 120,000 sort of people. That is sort of huge numbers in terms of that. And if you talk to any other arts organisation, they die for sort of numbers sort of like that. So something that we've really got to be sort of proud in terms of the reach that we do. Some more sort of numbers. In terms of sort of the artists sort of commissioned, you can sort of see we have 47 different sort of artists or sort of groups. 51, nearly half were solo artists. So it's again about how we actually develop that sort of artist something. So it wasn't necessarily just large professional sort of groups here. It was there. And basically of those sort of 49 of groups are sort of 2 or more. So in a sense it was really around, we actually sort of employed or worked, engaged with 100 sort of performance artists. So it's not necessarily just that audience, huge reach, it's just the number of artists that we can sort of do across sort of the network. So it's something that we really like to sort of go back to the Arts Council. Look, we've got the figures, here they are. Just look at what we managed to do, how much employment that we've been able to give across that. And that's going to be really particularly useful as we sort of develop our culture offer as part of our university sort of offers sort of across there. So I'll leave that up for you to sort of take the sort of tweet there. And then finally, in terms of sort of attendances, you can sort of see, look, basically, Shakespeare sort of week that, sort of Jacqueline sort of spoke about that. Every year went up and up and up, and I thought maybe because we are having the 400th anniversary as a whole year programme, maybe that would dip a bit, but in a sense, no, it just sort of continued to sort of grow. And the sustainability of Shakespeare Week is SCL executive has agreed that one of the spikes as part of the universal reading offer, it'll be an annual calendar of events. We'll always be doing something during that week sort of top time. So that's basically how we're sort of going to take that sort of forward in terms of Shakespeare Week. Libraries will always do something during that week, and we've ratified that. You've got the selfies and really sort of the arts-based sort of activities. And sort of from all that sort of people that sort of joined the sort of party, we put here 29,000 people engaged sort of with this project. Now, that is, I think, a huge number. We've got evidence base for all that in terms of the funding that we've given. Look, just what reach libraries have. And sometimes I think we're just too modest, not really sort of sharing these numbers about. And I don't know how we actually need to get these sort of numbers to ministers, to the Arts Council Task Force, or remind people about the sort of reach that sort of libraries have. And, I'll go back one more. In terms of age range, we were talking about the reach of libraries, about actually who can, you know, the reach we have. And you can actually see the reach is really quite across the whole of the sort of age group sort of here, there, particularly in sort of the adult sort of area there. So in fact, you know, we say actually here's a programme that we've got some resourceful, but look at the age, it wasn't necessarily just a children's thing, it wasn't just an adult thing, it was basically right across the whole sort of spectrums across that. So basically now we've got some evidence base. Part of the programme is also, if we go back to Arts Council, so in the future, we can actually say something, here you are, look, here's an example, this is the evidence we've got. So I'm so pleased that Kate is here and got right, he is open in terms of the Arts Council here. This is really what we need to sort of take back from that. And what is really quite startling sort of fact is basically we got, I think it was just under £100,000 to sort of run the programme across the whole of libraries, across the whole of England, and basically for every person that we sort of engaged with, sort of £3.33. So it is a very, very good, I think, value for money thing what libraries can do. So we've had those examples of those performers that we've had entertainments, we've had there's something there. And it's something really, again, so actually libraries can deliver, we can deliver things on quite a modest budget and actually look at the quality, that artwork that we had there in terms of Marcia, something, elements like that. It's really sort of minuscule in terms of that. But what we have now is sort of got the evidence again to sort of go back and say, actually, give it to us and you'll get good value for money. But we'll also reach the audience and also we'll have high quality, and that's really sort of the key thing that we did was as part of this programme.
For me, this has been really, really powerful. It's about celebrating success, something that libraries don't quite often do enough, I think, because we just move on to the next thing. And I think to answer maybe some of the comments about why people didn't participate in the timescales budget section, I think the fact that we can demonstrate success, hopefully that will give people the confidence and encouragement to participate next time. So thank you for making today such a productive and I think a really enjoyable day. I'd like to echo Ive's thanks to the Shakespeare Birthplace Trust for their wonderful venue. I reflect on the train coming down. It's probably over 30 years since I've been struck one evening, so I'm now getting home feeling really old tonight. But I also like to thank the entertainers for their excellent performances. We wanted this today to feel like a celebration as well as a learning event, and I think it certainly has. Celebrating Shakespeare 2016 set out to bring Shakespeare to wider audiences in new ways, and I think we really have achieved that. The list of library events for Shakespeare Week in March included such delights as a Shakespeare insult tournament, I might go to that next time, Tudor whodunits, and computer coding. Shakespeare Selfie Saturday in April seamlessly linked libraries and social media. It was simple to organise, it was easy to take part, and most importantly, it was great fun. It was also a really good way for library services to engage with senior management teams within the council, with local politicians, local elected members, and really get the wider community to participate in the event. Thanks to Arts Council England, who funded it allowed libraries to work with professional artists in an imaginative programme for the summer and the autumn. And the events presented Shakespeare and his works in creative, unexpected ways using many different art forms. One of the personal highlights for me, and I have already alluded to it, was the visit to Halesowen Library in Dudley at the end of October, when I attended an Odd Socks production of a 90-minute adaptation of Romeo and Juliet, along with several SCL colleagues and Darren Henley, Chief Executive of the Arts Council. The performance was part of a touring programme that visited libraries across the West Midlands, as you've already heard. It was an excellent performance, well worth getting up at 5:30 on that Saturday morning. But it was really well received by a full audience who attended that Saturday morning show. It was fun for younger people, for teenagers that introduced a playwright who was edgy and daring, and for adults, including myself, it was a great way to revisit Shakespeare with a fresh eye. Truly enjoyable day. Back in my own authority, we had a range of school sessions focusing on the Shakespeare Dictionary. We had sonnet writing workshops and a number of theatre productions, culminating on a Shakespeare-focused Saturday spectacular at Manchester Central Library. But we've also been taking our Shakespeare Second Folio, the complete works, out to all of our branch libraries. Between 1934 and 2010, when Central Library closed for refurbishment, the second folio, which is 1632 edition, had only been seen 7 times. Since we reopened in 2014 and started our Treasures on Tour programme, it has been seen by over 1,500 children and young people at planned school activities in branch libraries, really bringing the Shakespeare collection to life in the city. Celebrating Shakespeare 2016 was a big undertaking and something we hadn't done before, but for me it demonstrates the real power of the SCL network and how we can achieve more collectively. Invaluable support from our partners broadened the project and helped us to work so well. And taking a regional approach to a national project proved really successful. And many, many thanks to Mag for coordinating it. Thanks in no small part to the hard work, determination, enthusiasm of the regional and prison library group coordinators, and more importantly to library staff all over the country.